Yeah, I mean, even though we're locked down and we can't really do too much, we're still pretty busy. We still have a lot to do, and we've had to think of new ways to promote an album when we can't really leave the house. So it's been interesting, but I think we've made the most of it and done a good job of it. Been keeping busy, and yeah, it's all very exciting times.
It's on 24th, so 2 weeks tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting close.
I would say there are some songs which are, but it doesn't mean it's the heaviest. I think All Distortions is referring to distortions within life, challenges and that sort of thing within life. But we did kind of think that it might sort of apply to some of the sounds. I think it's our best sounding record as in production wise. I think the distortion tone that we used might be the best distortion that we've used. But I think it's more to do with just life in general, how life throws things at us, and those things are intentional. All the struggles that we go through in life are all part of a bigger picture, is kind of what it's saying.
Wouldn't be a surprise if we gave it away.
Yeah. That's a good point, Wes. But yeah, I think I think if you love NEckDeep, then you're going to love this record, because the thing is with this record is it's very much a NEckDeep record. I don't think it sounds like anyone else. I don't think that you can fit it into a particular box, into a particular genre. There are pop punk songs on there, but then there are rock songs on there. There's pop songs, there's slow songs, sad songs. It's kind of got a bit of everything that people love about NEckDeep. And again, like I said, I don't think it sounds like anyone else. I think we've managed to craft a very unique sound with it, and I think if you love NEckDeep, then you'll love this record. I think there's something in it for every kind of NEckDeep fan, whether you like our older stuff, or more pop punky stuff, or more poppy stuff, acoustics, or any of it. I think there's something in there for everyone. Yeah, and some extra stuff too, I think. Yeah. I think it's the most adventurous record we've made. I think there are things in this record that we've never done before, and I can't wait to hear what people.
I would say that the album itself has got a lot of I don't know, some stuff you probably might not expect from us in certain parts. So I would say that they're the. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's a representation of the whole album, because the whole thing's to be experienced from front to back. That's one thing that we've kind of realised pretty quickly when we started listening to the album itself. Was that it as a listening experience, from the beginning to the end, it's one entire. It's almost feels like it's one entire piece, more so than any of our other records. There's a story that goes throughout the whole thing, and I don't know. I think it's something that we've not done before. So I like they represent the certain parts of the album, but there's also parts that like don't sound like those songs as well. So there's, like we were saying, there's still some surprises, but we're not going to be spoiling them until you hear it.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit more music that we release before the record comes out, and our aim was that with all the singles we release, it gives a good spread of what the record's about. So I think a lot of it you'll have to wait and see until some of these new singles come out, because I think some of the songs that we are going to put out just before release again sound really different to the songs that we've already put out. So with all the singles, those first 3 that we put out, like Wes said, they represent parts of the album but not the whole thing. But basically what Wes said. Yeah. West has been at the forefront of a lot of what we've been doing in lockdown, actually, so I'll let him take the wheel on that.
In terms of like making the actual record itself, like we made this record before any of this happened. We recorded this at the end of the year, so that was recorded way before any pandemic was going on. We could leave the house. We locked ourselves away for like 2 months in a studio in South Wales in the middle of fucking nowhere, with no internet, basically nothing around it for miles. Like the nearest town was like
my
20
app is
minutes drive
frozen.
away. Oh,
I can't hear anything that's being said.
I can still hear you.
Oh, there we go. I've got it now.
There we go. He's back. He's alive. So yeah,
okay.
We're just saying that the album was recorded like end of last year, wasn't it? So the pandemic didn't really affect production. So I mean, we went and recorded the record, didn't post anywhere online that we were recording, didn't tell anyone that we were making a new album. I mean, people expected it at some point, and then we just came out. I think it was it February we released Low Life, or January ago? Do you remember?
I think it was February, because it was when we did the pop-ups.
Yeah, and then we just did.
But I think as well, though, like lockdown, it's forced us to be creative with our production. Like, obviously, we'd been shooting music videos, and we would have been. We had stuff planned for America, to go to America and do promotion there. We had festivals and stuff to play in the UK and Europe, and all of that's cancelled, really. So, we've had to be very creative in the way that we do things. So we've had to make our own music videos, which West has been, West has been editing a bunch of those, and we've had to be, we've also started streaming on Twitch, which again was a West is kind of the head honcho of that stuff.
Hence all this
that's been
stuff.
a great way of us being able to stay in touch with fans, but also to stay active and keep bringing people content, really, whether it's us listening to old records or whether it's us just playing video games. That seems to have gone down really well. And we've just had to be creative, just had to think outside the box and think of things that we haven't done before. So it's been interesting, but I think we've handled it pretty well. We have our fingers crossed. Yeah, we have our fingers crossed for those dates. All the government advice is not good for us. But we're just holding out that we can still do those dates, and we'll hopefully have an update for people sooner rather than later. But at the minute, we're kind of just holding out for and just hoping that by some miracle, everything will be okay by then.
Hopefully.
But,
we know as much as you do at the minute, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the thing. The government's been pretty. The UK's handled it quite weirdly, so it's hard for us to know. Yeah, it's hard for us to know exactly what's going on. So as soon as we have updates, we'll be giving those to people for sure.